Anyone else here have kids so that they would do all your work for you? That's not actually why I had kids, but it's a dream. They're gonna wash their own laundry soon. I hate folding laundry. 10 loads in 2 days. For real. It's ridiculous. Hey guys, today we're talking about cleaning with kids. I know, everyone's favorite thing to do, and the wish that someday our kids will take over and we won't have to be the ones cleaning all the time because they'll do all the work, right? Well, we got asked, how do you do cleaning with kids? How do you do routines, schedules, age-appropriate chores, and what do you do when cleaning turns into playing? So they're all great questions, and I'm going to break it down like this. Age-appropriate chores. There are so many answers already on Pinterest that are really nice little formatted printout things that have it all laid out for you. So instead of talking all about that for a long time, I will just link some at the renewedfamily.com blog and you can go read them there. But let's just say, in my opinion, when your kid can walk, they can put a plastic plate in the sink. So at our house, as soon as they can walk and hold a plate, we can give them an empty plate and they walk over to the sink and tip it in with no food on it. And that actually has been really handy because then our kids clear their dishes at home and everywhere else because that's routine. High five. Yes, thank you. We all wish our kids could go clean the house happily and it would meet our standards. That's like the dream, but it's so unrealistic because we have to teach them and we can't expect them to clean up to our standards until we've taught them well enough and they're old enough to expect that. Starting when they're quite small, 1 or 2, they really want to help. They want to feel big and important, and so then you can start teaching them then all those little things. They want to be like you. Basically what you're doing with your kids, you're modeling. Like, if my room's not clean, I can't expect my kids' rooms to be clean. That's been our thing lately because my room is the dumping ground where we hide everything when people come over. I expect my kids to have clean rooms, but then I don't meet my own standard, and so that's a problem because I'm not modeling consistency. So you have to teach them by modeling. They say it takes 21 times for someone to learn a new habit. So if you want your kids to know how to clean something, that means that you have to teach them how to do it 21 times of tediously being with your child as they put each toy into the toy box. And I know that sounds excruciating, and it probably won't be that fun, but you will be setting your kids up for success in the future if you do that. So one of the big things that you need to know or do is decide which things matter to you to get clean. If you're going to choose battles that don't actually matter, you're going to lose and it's not going to be fun, and you're going to be enforcing things that suck, and it's not good for your relationships. I know because I've done this lots of times. I nitpick on little things and then it's terrible with my kids. When you make your plan of how you want to teach your kids, you also need to realize what they're actually good at and what they're not good at and what their capabilities are. So your plan will constantly be changing, and that's okay. You'll know the basic things you want to teach them, and you might have to just bump them a little bit older as they learn and you realize that maybe they're not ready for this stage right now and it doesn't work with our timing. I had a rotation going with my kids where one would wipe the table and one would sweep the floor, and then they would trade off their 7 and 9. And then I realized, after my husband oh so nicely called me on it, that my 7-year-old was spending an hour to sweep the floor, and that was the time that he would have had to spend with his dad on his turn. So instead of actually getting quality time with his dad, who works on weekends, which means he doesn't get that and he's in school, then he was wasting his time sweeping, which is a valuable chore and is something I want him to learn, and he will learn eventually. But right now, that family time has to be more important, and that time with his dad has to be more important, because that's what actually matters, because relationship has to be more important than task. One of the phrases that one of our core team members said was set them up for success. So what that means is you don't just say, go clean the basement. You say, I need you guys to go clean the basement, and we're going to start with the cars. So there's one thing to focus on, there's one focal point. But when you set them up for success, they can feel good about something because they've succeeded. Even as adults, none of us want to set a goal that's unachievable. That's ridiculous. And it's really discouraging when we set goals that we don't feel like we can meet and are out of our reach. So it's the same thing for kids. They want goals that are accessible. So if you set them up for success, you're giving them a chore that is something they can easily do, and then you can give them the next step of the chore. It doesn't mean they're done, but it means that you've given them something they can do, and then you celebrate. You actually have to have fun. It's so important to have fun. I know kids get distracted, and then they play, and instead of playing, you want them to clean. But kids learn through play. So you can make cleaning fun, and you can play through cleaning. That's actually okay, and it's actually awesome. If you have a job, or when you had a job, when you were at work, wasn't it better to do the projects for you that were fun and so much harder to do the ones that weren't fun? If you make cleaning fun, it's something that your kids will want to do more often, and they'll have a positive connotation to cleaning instead of just thinking cleaning sucks. Part of what you can do to make cleaning fun is rewards. And by rewards, I don't just mean buying them stuff or giving them extra treats. I mean praise them. Like, high fives are the biggest currency with kids, and it's kind of weird, but they love it. All you have to do is do this. Yeah, you did it. And really, that doesn't cost you anything. It's not that hard for you. And yeah, it could be something stupid that they picked up 10 teddy bears, but if they obeyed you and they did it with a good attitude, praise them, because you love to hear good things about yourself, so do they. They say that you become your child's inner voice. Do you want them to hear you just criticizing them, or do you want them to remember those praise things that you said to them when you valued their contribution to your family effort? Although, like, treats are totally useful. I have bribed my kids to clean things, and it has been totally fine. So when you want your kids to not get distracted playing, like, know that that will happen, but make it fun. Anything that can be thrown in a bin can be a basketball game. It's lots of fun. We do it all the time, and that's just how we get things done. We'd love to hear your ideas for how to make cleaning fun, so add those in the comments, or comment them on the blog, or on our Facebook page, because we would love to just chat with each other about what you have to get some more ideas. What are you doing? Whoa. Routines. Okay, so you can do routines, and you have to just decide what kind of routine you want. You can do the daily routine where you make them clear their dishes and sweep and wipe the table, and we do Sunday morning chores because my husband works at church on Sunday mornings, so he's not home. So that's when we do our chores, and so then that's the expectation for those weekly cleaning things. But the rest of the time, it's just the simple small duties of clearing your dishes and wiping the table. So that's our routine. Routines are great. They don't have to be a big, huge thing. If you make it a big, huge thing, it's not going to be very fun, because that's just life. It feels overwhelming, and no one wants to complete 20 tasks a day that aren't fun. I hope that helps. We'd love to hear your ideas on things that you do with your kids that make cleaning fun, or routines that you have, or age-appropriate chores that work in your household, because it's always better to hear a story of someone who succeeded with it than to just find a random pin on Pinterest and hope that the idea actually works. So let us know your ideas in the comments on the Facebook page, the blog, or on this YouTube video, and then we will talk next time. Thanks for watching. Well, my dear, what were you doing in your room?
I was playing in my room.
Sometimes you think your kids are cleaning, but really, they're doing this. Yeah. Why are you all colored? Oh, even between your toes. Look at that. This is why you need to be with your children when you teach them how to clean.